Our next speaker is Linsly Church, Anchiornis huxleyi, the feathered dinosaur that flew the coop.
Anchiornis huxleyi is a feathered dinosaur that lived about 160 million years ago during the late Jurassic period. It is a theropod, the group of dinosaurs that includes all predatory species and their living descendants, birds. Within that group, it is a member of the very bird-like theropod group Troodontidae. Troodontids are famous for having the largest brains relative to body size of any non-avian dinosaurs. In other words, troodontids may have been the smartest dinosaurs apart from birds. They are close relatives of both birds and dromaeosaurids, the latter of which are well known because of Velociraptor made famous by the Jurassic Park films. Found only in northeastern China, Anchiornis huxleyi was roughly 19 inches, 46 centimeters long, and weighed about 2.2 pounds or 1 kilogram in life. Its name translates to Thomas Henry Huxley's near bird because of the species' anatomical similarity and relationship to birds, and Thomas Henry Huxley's having been one of the first proponents of Charles Darwin's theory of evolution and the hypothesis that dinosaurs gave rise to birds. Because hundreds of exquisitely preserved specimens have been found, many including fossilized feathers and skin, Anchiornis huxleyi has become the first Mesozoic dinosaur species for which almost the entire appearance has been reconstructed. By analyzing a few such specimens using scanning electron microscopy, scientists have been able to study the fossilized melanosomes, which are bricks of melanin pigment that give feathers much of their color, and propose a color profile for Anchiornis. If these proposals are correct, the dinosaur would have been predominantly black and white with a crest of red feathers on his head, not unlike today's pileated woodpecker. Recently, I had the task of remaking the traveling boxes and supports for a specimen of Anchiornis that was on loan to Carnegie Museum of Natural History in Pittsburgh from the Geological Museum of China in Beijing. Originally identified as a specimen of another small feathered theropod, Microraptor, this Anchiornis fossil has been illegally exported from China and smuggled into the U.S. by Eric Procopi, a fossil dealer based in Florida. It is illegal to sell or permanently remove fossils from many nations, including China and Mongolia. Thanks to U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement's Homeland Security investigations, the fossil was intercepted and recovered. And with the help of Carnegie Museum paleontologist Matt Lamana, HSI was eventually able to identify it as that of Anchiornis. Because Anchiornis is known only from northeastern China, this helped to establish the specimen's geographic origin, which in turn helps to demonstrate that it had been illegally taken from China. The fossil was officially returned to the Chinese government in 2015, but loaned to the Carnegie Museum for public display, in thanks for Dr. Lamana's assistance and to help raise awareness for the trade of illegal fossils. Eric Procopi may be better known for his attempt to sell a Tarbosaurus bitar skeleton, a close Mongolian relative of Tyrannosaurus rex, at auction in New York in 2012. A 2013 decision by the United States District Court for the Southern District of New York resulted in the return of the specimen to Mongolia, the repatriation of many other illegal fossils, and 3 months in prison for Mr. Procopi. Later cited as a precedent for the principle that a government may provide paleontological evidence if the geographic origin of a fossil is in dispute, the case also generated discussion in the American media about the effects of dinosaur smuggling. As a direct result, in 2015, actor Nicolas Cage returned a Tarbosaurus bitar skull he had purchased in 2007 after reportedly outbidding Leonardo DiCaprio. Because the auction house from which Mr. Cage had purchased the skull had sold fossils smuggled by Mr. Procopi in 2018, a successful book entitled The Dinosaur Artist, Obsession, Betrayal, and the Quest for the Ultimate Trophy by Paige Williams was published by Hachette Books, detailing the Procopi case and the trade in prohibited fossils. As of April 2016, Homeland Security investigations had returned more than 7,700 smuggled items to more than 30 countries. Specifically, trained agents are responsible for upholding the international laws that govern the excavation and export of fossils and artifacts by investigating and trafficking of cultural property and working with governments, agencies, and experts to do so. Carnegie Museum scientists have helped in several of these cases, with the case of the Anchiornis being among the most prominent.